Alright, what's up everybody? How's it going? Hopefully you guys are all doing good, doing well and safe during this time. Today I wanted to talk about the Halo Infinite delay and why I think it's actually a good thing that this game is getting delayed, and why I rather prefer it to get delayed and come out more towards 2021. I'd say like, at most I hope it comes out, I say anywhere between like summer to at least at most October of next year. I know that from what we saw in the gameplay, a lot of people weren't too happy. I mean, they were happy to see the game, but they weren't happy in terms of like graphical outlook and like what it looked like and like how some of the brutes look like, which in my opinion I do think that, you know, some of that stuff didn't look as good as it could. I do think we were seeing like an earlier demo of Halo Infinite and not something like close to the final build, or I guess the version that they're probably working on right now. But in terms of delay, I do think it's definitely a good thing that this game got delayed, because I don't want it to be, I don't want it to have like the same issues Gears 5 had when it came out. Just, you know, amazing campaign, but like the overall experience for the game was unfinished, like super buggy, super glitchy. There was like no content, there's a huge paywall. Like, I don't want Halo Infinite to come out kind of like how you see most games come out nowadays, with this a lack of content of itself, you know. I want it to come out with like substance and quality. So I'm very happy to see that this game is getting delayed, and yes, it does suck. And yes, that might actually kind of mess with the Series X sales, the Xbox Series X when that drops. But you never know, they might delay the Series X and push it more towards the Halo release. Only time will tell, but I do think the Xbox Series X will definitely release this year, unless things change. But in terms of Halo, I mean, Halo Infinite is such a big deal because this is going to be the like a game that we'll be playing for like the next 10 years, you know. I know one of the lead directors were talking about how they want this to be the platform for the next 10 years for the Halo series. So like, this is a game that's gonna, when it comes out, it's gonna be way different from what it was like when it first came out compared to 5 years from now, you know, or 5 years from the initial launch date. So I'm very excited to see, like, if this game gets delayed, we know it's going to be a really good product when it comes out, or we're hoping that it will be, because we know the development team has been struggling to work on this game from, you know, they work on it at home, like 343 Industries. So it's probably harder to work on this game and get it to a point of where they need it to be. And I know that recently, I forgot the company's name, but they have another company working with them to help further the development process, which is good. So it's nice to see that 343 is getting help on this game, and, you know, they're doing all they can to, you know, get this product in a good state so that when it comes out, you know, it won't come out bare bones and everything like that. And going back to the fact that this game is going to be the platform for the next 10 years, I definitely want to see what they mean by that. Like, because I know we've seen that with like Halo 5, how they had that going for a very long time in terms of esports, multiplayer, in terms of content and game modes and all that. So I definitely want to see, like, what is Halo 5 going to bring to the table that's going to be like revolutionary in terms of like changing the whole dynamic for Halo. Like, you're going to get an epic story that's going to be bigger than Halo 4 and 5 combined, so that in of itself is pretty major. And then we're also going to get a free-to-play multiplayer, which I'm calling it right now. There's going to be a battle royale. I'm calling that right now. So we'll see if that happens. But if Halo Infinite gets a battle royale, that's going to be a huge big deal for this game. And it's going to bring a lot of new and old players back to this game that were previously turned off by the old ones. So I think that's going to be pretty cool. I think in terms of even going back to story, actually, we might get maybe DLC in the future for Halo Infinite, even though it is the end of a saga. So you never know how they'll keep this game going for 10 years. But I think definitely this delay is pretty good. I think that we're definitely going to see growth in Halo, more than we ever saw with like Halo 5, you know. I think that they're going to definitely take this game seriously. Like, we've seen them listen to the community. We've seen them take feedback, and, you know, which I think is very important for the developers to like listen to their community, because, you know, I think that builds that, you know, that trustworthy relationship that we want to have with them. I'm glad to see, like, you know, Chief's suit looks different. I'm glad to see like an open world story that they're going with. Like the moment you start the game, you don't really know what's going on, so it's kind of like a mystery game at first of you putting the pieces together. That's pretty cool. We got the Banished, which is a pretty cool group from Halo 2. But like we got a lot of cool stuff to look forward to in terms of like content for fans. Like I think it's a very fun time to be a Halo fan. I mean, am I worried about certain aspects of the game? I'd say yeah, just because of like how 4 and 5 came out, but I mean, I really do think that they're putting their best foot forward. As long as we continue as a community to like help 343 and be there and support them, and you know, give criticism in the right way, I think that Halo Infinite's going to be a great game. I'm actually very looking forward for this game to come out because that's all I've really been thinking about is Halo, you know, and how awesome it is to get a new one. There's something special about a Halo Infinite or a Halo game coming out, you know. That just gets you excited because Halo is just an amazing series, you know, and I want to see it grow. I want to see it evolve. I want to see it keep things that we love, you know, some nostalgic things, but at the same time, I do want to see it grow. So, like, I'm just excited as a fan to, like, see where Chief is going to go, where the multiplayer is going to go, because I thought Halo 5 had some amazing multiplayer. Some of my favorite, actually. I know a lot of people would agree with that, but I thought that, maybe the game modes weren't all that great, but I thought that Halo 5, like, in terms of, what's the word? Mechanics and the way the game played, I thought the game was very well done in terms of gunplay and how that tied in with the first person perspective. I thought the running was great. Nice to see that being added in, you know. I know some people on the community don't like the running. They think it should be more of a natural thing where you just move the stick and you're already running, but I thought that running was a great idea. Going back to the gameplay, like I said, the gunplay was really good. I like the movement, so like the sliding and the shooting when you're running. I just thought that all was really good. So I wanted to see them like to continue to build upon the foundation of what they had for Halo 5 in terms of mechanics and how that worked. But what I do want them to obviously work on, which in my opinion is like the meat of the Halo series, is the story. I definitely want to see them like not put in more effort, but I want to see what Halo can be at its potential with good writers and like a good direction where it knows it's headed, and not just a story where it's just built upon no foundation. So I definitely want to see where that's going to lead, and I also hope we do get to see maybe up to 2 players for the story mode. If not, I mean, I'm fine with 1. I'm not sure how many player. I need to look into that, see if there's any news articles or gaming articles about that. If Halo Infinite story is going to be exclusively 1 player, if someone else will be joining you, different Spartans you can play as, outside of first player being Chief, but we'll see. But I think that'd be very important to add, you know, split screen stuff there. Have another Spartan run around with you, help you out, unlock more of the story and figure out the world. Because it is open world and we know this game is going to be huge. So I think it'd be pretty cool to run through it with another person. But if not, I just want the single player experience, if that's what it's going to be, to just be all that it can be in terms of world building, character development, and like, because this is the end of a saga, you know. I'm not gonna say that Chief's gonna die because I don't think he is, but like, this is gonna be the end of like a huge arc for Halo, and like moving forward, Halo is gonna be, it's always gonna be Halo, but it's gonna be different, you know. The story's gonna be, there's gonna be a new chapter to unfold outside of the Banished once Chief is done dealing with them and everything. And the dude that he's going up against is the leader of the Banished, which pretty much like a Chief equivalent. I wouldn't say like he's equivalent to Master Chief, but the dude has a lot of credentials to like, you know, push Master Chief to the limit in terms of like combat when they do fight, and they do eventually have that epic battle that we expect them to have. There's just so much about the story that I'm excited for, and like, I definitely think this game can live up to it, you know? I think this game can live up to the hype. It can improve upon what the last 2 games didn't do too well. I think it can definitely bring a lot of value to the consumer and the fans that love it. And I'm just excited to see where the Halo series is going to go from here. And I just want to see it thrive, you know? So, with that said, thank you all for watching. Please like and subscribe. And I got some more Halo discussions coming pretty soon, some more news and stuff like that. But yeah, just stay tuned, like and subscribe, and I will see you guys later. You guys have a good one. Heayman out.